Hello everyone, I'm Elif. Welcome to my channel. So first of all, I want to wish you guys a very happy new year. We are still in the first days of 2019, and with this in mind, I wanted to talk about a topic that is very important, and that will actually help us to kickstart a new year on the right foot and just with less distraction, more productivity, more time for ourselves. So the topic of today is digital detox and how we can minimize the distraction and overload of information that we keep getting on a daily basis from all digital platforms and digital devices that we use regularly. So this has been something that I've struggled with for some time, and eventually I researched, I tried a few different things, I applied them into my life, I tried what works and what doesn't, and just arrived at a few tactics that have really proven to be effective and that have really helped me to declutter my digital life and just save more time for myself and also extract more value out of whatever I am doing. So without further ado, let's get into the 4 tactics that I want to talk about today, and I really believe that they will be helpful and effective in your lives as well. So if this is a topic that's of interest to you, just keep watching. So before I begin with the 4 tactics, I just want to make a disclaimer on one thing, and that is that none of these things will work unless you make the effort to make them work in your lives and try to make them, try to convert them into habits that you apply on a regular basis, because none of these things will work if you only spend 5 minutes and try it once and then leave it on the side for the rest of your life. It won't work like that. So make sure that these things become habits in your lives, and once they do, I am 100% sure that they will be really effective for you as well. So number 1, this is actually one thing that I have recently started to apply in my life, and it has actually been really helpful and really insightful for me as well. So this is the update that came with iOS 12 for Apple devices, and it's called Screen Time. And because I use an Apple device, and I have been using an Apple device for a very long time, I'm not sure if there's the same application on other Android devices, but I am pretty sure there should be something similar, because usually Android devices make these changes before Apple does. So make sure to check out if your device has something similar as well. But yeah, what I will talk about is the screen time feature. So this is something that has really been eye-opening for me, because once I have updated my phone, I was able to track and monitor how much time I was spending on my device, but not only on the device in general, in unique applications as well. So I saw, like when I saw how much time I was spending on Instagram, it was a huge shock for me. I can be honest about that, and I just realized that I am wasting my time in these applications, and it's just precious time that I could have been doing something else. And I just think about what have I received as a value after spending so much time on this application. And if I don't have a solid answer, then what is the point in spending so much time on it, right? So since the day that I found out about this screen time feature, I have been quite interested in it, and I have been monitoring my screen time each week to see if I'm increasing it, decreasing it, and also to make sure that, if I'm spending 2 hours on Instagram per day, I want to make sure that I get something out of it. Like otherwise, it's just a waste of my time, and it's just very eye-opening to be able to see how much of your 24 hours of each day you spend on these applications. This is one of the features that I definitely recommend you to start using effectively, and make sure to monitor your activity and make sure to be aware of how much time you're spending, because just having that awareness will help you to balance yourself out during the day. So that is number 1. So number 2 is also something very important, and it's something that has been very effective for me. And it's not something that I only did once, but I have been doing this regularly over a period of time, and I still keep doing it, you know, whenever I have a moment for it as well. Number 2 is minimizing and decreasing the number of accounts that you follow on social media. In time, we just follow so many people on each of these different social media platforms that we're a member of, and not only do the number of people that we follow increase, but also the number of social media profiles that we have, right? So when you think of it as a whole, maybe you're even like following thousands or 10,000s of people and you don't even realize it, or you're friends with them. Let's say you have liked hundreds of pages over time and friended 700 people. So that means that many content, that variety of content will fall on your feed per day, and it's just an immense amount of content that you realistically cannot consume. Same for Instagram, same for LinkedIn, same for YouTube. So for any social platform that you use, you are probably following hundreds of people, and when you just like combine that whole thing, it is just an unbelievable amount of content that you are tempted to scroll through. And when you just think about all of the time that you spend scrolling through your feeds, and you will be tempted to scroll down because you want to see what that other person shared today, right? I personally do, and I personally have followed more than that. I realized at one point that I was following just over 1,000 people on Instagram, and it's just so much content that falls on my feed on a daily basis. So when I noticed this, I just knew that I had to do something about it and to minimize. So I opened the list of people that I follow, the accounts that I follow, and I just went through all of them, and some of them were actually deactive accounts as well. So just decluttering and unfollowing them if they're no longer relevant to your life, if the content that they share is no longer relevant to you, it doesn't apply to your life, or you're not interested in the content anymore. So I don't believe that there is any harm with unfollowing the people that you were once friends with. So just go ahead and do it. This does take time initially, so whenever you have some free time available, just sit down, declutter, unfollow, and just have a minimum number of accounts that really provide value to your daily life and yourself today, and not 10 years ago. This is something very important, and I'm sure this will help to save a lot of time from your time that's spent on social media. So definitely do this one as well. Number 3 is muting your push notifications. So this again also has been very effective for me, and this isn't something that's very new in my life. I have been applying since maybe the first time I started using a digital device, because I actually really don't like to receive push notifications for everything, especially for messages from brands, or just that, you know, someone has liked my photo. I don't want to receive notifications for that, because, you know, who doesn't get distracted when you see that light pop up on your phone? Imagine that you're, you know, at a family dinner and your phone is on your side and it just lights up, and you see that, you know, someone with this username has followed you on Instagram. Does it distract you or not? Because for sure it distracts me, and I do not want to give up on the presence that I have in that moment for checking out and for being tempted to check out my phone at that moment. So what I do as a regular practice is I just mute all of the push notifications that are not really critical for me. So it changes for business and personal accounts, because I don't really want to mute the, you know, the business emails that I'm getting, so I keep those ones on. For the personal accounts that I have, I just put them on silent, and whenever I want to spend time in that platform, that's when I see those notifications. So this, I know that seeing those notifications is very tempting, because we live in this world where we seek for people to like us, to follow us, to comment on our content, but it really takes a lot of time from our days, and it will really help to save time when and if you mute those notifications. So give this a try. I know this one's a bit more difficult, but essentially it will save a lot of time again. Finally, number 4, organizing your passwords and notes in folders, and doing this in a cloud-based application, platform, whatever you may want to call it. So because of all of the social media accounts that we have, the digital platforms that we use, the websites that we're a member of, we have hundreds of passwords and usernames. And I just personally have a very difficult time keeping track of all of this, and each time I forget a password or forget my username, it takes more time to log into that site, which I really dislike. It was really important for me to keep my information organized and in folders and somewhere that is that's a cloud-based platform, because then it means that I can sync it with my computer and my phone. So especially for the passwords, this has really helped me, guys. I use the Notes application on my phone, as well as Evernote, which is another note-taking and organization application that is free for 2 devices, and it's paid for more than 2 devices if I'm not wrong. So I'm still using the free version, and I have been using Evernote for years, and I really like it. So you can organize your information in folders and create notebooks and notes within the notebooks. You can also attach images, you can create tables, you can write it as regular text, etc. So it's really been useful for me, and I just keep all of my passwords right in Evernote, and I know that it's synced from my phone to my computer as well. And whenever I'm logging into somewhere, and if I don't know or remember the password that I need to log in with, I just check it out from this table that I have. And believe me, doing this has saved me so much time, because if I hadn't done this, then I'd be searching for the password, trying different passwords, and usually ending up with something that's wrong and blocking the account that I have, and then I need to reset the whole account, etc. So this was just this very tiresome and very annoying process for me, and thankfully this notebook and note system was able to save me from all of that mess. So I highly, again, recommend doing this. Choose whichever platform works best for you. I know that for some people the Notes application is enough, so just maybe give that a try first, and then if you have more information that you want to save, you can always upgrade to a different application. Again, use something cloud-based, because it does make it much easier, and you don't really have the problem of, did I save that? Where is it saved on my computer, etc. You just know that it's saved in that application, and it's actually auto-saved. So that also does save some time too. And so that is all. So these are the 4 things that I have been doing for some time, and that have really been effective in my life. So I highly recommend applying these in your life as well. They will just help you to save time, be more productive, and just be less stressed because of, I don't know, the distractions, the amount of time that you lose because you lose some information. So I really hope that you guys found the information useful, and that you will go ahead and try it for yourselves as well. I'm sure they will be effective, but if and once you apply these changes, let me know. I'll be really curious to learn if they have been effective for your life as well. So take care, guys, and see you in another video.